not who you thought you'd see, huh? Anyways, moving down the road. Just finished one field for Alex, going to the next. He's out looking to see what we can move on to next. Bean planting update. Pretty well all but done. Got some river bottom ground left. Did some replants today. Did a field that was too wet when I was there the first time, and I just said the heck with it and moved on from there. But anyways, yep, that's where I'm at. Got some more replanting to do, but they're enlist beans. I really don't want to switch over just yet, but I think I'm gonna if I have another dry day, if I miss this rain at least. The river bottom ground I've got left, the river is on right now and I can't get to it. I was down there yesterday and planted some that was before the river crossing, and couldn't even plant that whole section of the field because it was still pretty dang wet. So yeah, but went up to Shaker Prairie and did about 100 acres, well, not 100, probably more like 60 acres up there this morning. Got up early and went because I thought I was gonna try to beat the rain. Well, as you can tell, the rain ain't came yet, but it's still coming sometime tonight. But yep, chugging along. Dad's getting close on corn. He's got Eastville left, a little bit at Russellville. That's what he's working on now. And then he's got some river bottom stuff once again that's just too wet the first time and we had to move past. So we're doing something at least. Everyone's in town and working on the elevator too if they're not in the tractor, so getting something done. That's all that counts. I feel cool. Or I don't know if I feel cool, but I feel like Alex, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but I feel like Alex, that's all I can say. So anyways, you'll have a great day. Keep her moving. So we're in here at the elevator. This is the barn. Kyle hadn't seen it yet, so maybe. So it's a pretty good sized barn. The backhoe's in here. The garage door is getting fixed, hopefully tomorrow. So our envision is we're gonna put seed and chemical in here, and then hopefully be able to, whenever Kyle comes and gets me chemicals, he'll just pull the truck in. So then that way we can do it whenever it's raining. My cousin's got a batting cage in the other side over here, I think. But we're still going through the process of cleaning some of the stuff up. I had spent about 3 days in here last week. He's been in here for, how long you guys been in here? 2 days?
2 days.
So yeah, there's batting cage. Because this side's kind of useless. I mean, here's the old rail. Well, I'll show you guys on the outside. But there is a train track that runs in through here. So this is heated right here. So if we needed to, we could probably pull sprayers in here in the winter, put some other stuff in here if we needed to. And then these are all chairs we kind of picked up. There's the rail right there. Oh. So this is the old south side grain elevator. We're working on getting a sign built and put up and everything. Yeah. And then there's 3 loading docks right here too. Big Mike. I'm surprised that Kyle and them aren't using Big Mike.
Well, you can't use it. It's too compact and bent. You won't go suck anything out.
So we used this the other day to clean stuff out of the leg pit. It was nice. Had to get some more shovels, brooms, and everything else. And yeah. So this is the shed. It's all got security systems on it, so it's kind of hard to get in and out right now until we get everything figured out the rest of the way.
It is.
But there she sits. We'll go up in there and I'll show you guys the office. Adrian's been working on painting it. Put some chairs in there, I think.
I think you need to show you what we've been doing.
Yeah, I'll show them that here in a minute. We'll get there. So this is a pretty good size elevator. Yeah, it used to be a commercial grain elevator. There is a winch right there for whenever they was pulling around rail cars. They'd pull them back and forth through here. Train load out up there. Adrian's not out here, so I'll go in the office. Got some nice landscaping here. Lawn ornaments out front, of course. So this is the office. It does have its own probe. So that'll be nice for drying corn and stuff. There's the controls for the probe. Nothing too fancy for a probe. So this is one of the offices. This is all painted. This will be Sean's, my cousin's. And then keep going. This will be Dad's office. This is not done painting yet, I don't think. And then we haven't decided or fought over who gets this office yet. But this has all the bins and everything. So we are not going to be running this as a commercial grain elevator for the time being. But, and here's the kitchen. And the bathroom. And even the shower. It's a toss. But there is some issues. We can't run it as a commercial grain elevator, and we probably won't. We don't really have a need to. We'll pretty well, if we have another year like what we did last year, we'll fill half of this thing. So, if not more than that, we had talked about whenever me and Dad are running, I'll show you guys why here in a minute, but whenever me and Dad are running, we'll be able to run both combines and corn down here instead of having us split up in two different places like what we did last year. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I'll take you guys out there to the elevator, show you around some of the bins, and show you one of the pits and the legs. I had to bring in the old state truck to haul stuff out. Yeah, I'll show you guys that here in a minute too.
Yeah, right there. Yes, it's outside, and it's by like there's a pallet.
So this bin, there's a chute right there, and they stopped being able to use that. So instead of, stopping using it and fixing the leg, they just done away with the whole entire bottom half of the bin, and they was just using the downspout up there to go out. So there was all kinds of rotten stuff in here. But and same thing here too. So this is one pit. This is the small pit that runs to this leg and only this leg. And then this leg runs up. It'll go into one of the big steel bins, and then it'll also go into these two bins. These are both 20,000 bushel bins. And then that leg also does run up to the hopper tanks on top, which I doubt we'll use. We haven't been up in them yet. We don't know what they even look like. So here's the second biggest pit. We believe this is about a 500 bushel pit. And this one runs to another drag. Runs out the drag up into that leg out there, and then that one can feed multiple bins, all your control panels. So this is the big pit. This is a 1,000 bushel pit. This one runs into two legs, and then this is also the one that you'd use if you was loading a rail car. So, or really, this is the one that you use to load anything once you get down so far. Yeah, here's the train shack, or car shack, whatever you want to call it. So there's another kind of map of the place. No smoking. There's downspouts all through here too, so we'll load out of downspouts until we get down to the last bed of the bin. Another cool thing about this, let's walk down here a little bit so you can see. There's this cable here, so then that way whenever you're loading the truck, light turns on. Tell the truck go forward, tell the truck back up, whatever. That'll be nice, won't it, Kyle?
It will be nice.
Everything's all locked up in here. That's the one thing about this place, is everything is locked up. There is nothing that is not. So these two bins, they're kind of smaller. I think they're like they're 80 or 100,000 bushel. So yeah, these two bins are, I mean, they're all decent sized bins. They're all big bins, that's for sure. And there's your fan tube right there. This would be the best one to show that. All concrete. So I don't know what all goes into concrete bins, but I'm sure, I mean, we're gonna take some classes and stuff here over the summer on storing grain in them. Yeah. So this bin is a little bit different. This bin has wet storage at the top and then dry storage at the bottom. So the wet storage flows directly down into the dryer. Wet storage is for the grain that comes out of the dryer. So as you can see, the grain loads out there, goes up and back down into it, but it also goes down into the dryer. So you just got a downspout up there that goes down into the dryer to load the dryer. So yeah, these are the smaller bins. I don't see if I can get into the big bin. So there's two big bins here. They're both 100, or there's one that's 190,000 and there's one that's 210,000 bushel. And those are the two big concrete bins. So and then these two big bins are 250,000 a piece, I think. So this is a mess back here just from draining out everything. Yeah, we kind of got left with a little bit of a mess in here, but it's a lot better than what it was when we first got in here.
You like the smell of me yesterday when I got in this pickup.
No, I did not. And for your information, my pickup still smells like that. So this is the pit for the two big legs. Yeah, we had cleaned this out the other day, and thankfully we got it pretty well clean. There's a couple more stuff in there that we need to get out, but nothing too terribly big.
Now we're actually coming back, and we're going to quit on this once we would get more guys, and we're going to switch over to this area in here to finish it up.
Yeah. So sadly, for me, sadly enough, I have to go spray in a bit, but for Kyle, he gets to work in this lovely place.
Yeah.
But once we get it cleaned out and we keep it clean,
That's the word, keep it.
keep it clean, it'll be nice. So then you can walk around back in here. I don't know what that little place is, but you can see like the curvature of another bin, the pit and everything. Here's the one kind of smaller pit, drag for it. And this is where it gets interesting. So this is the leg that doesn't work, that we want to get working. So that will be very interesting. But yeah. So this room will have to be lit up, cleaned out, and we'll have to figure out what's wrong with this leg. We don't know what's wrong with it. We haven't even tried to run it. But for the last 7-8 years, the previous owners never used it either. Going through to the other side. Here's another dryer here. And another dryer bin as well. But this one doesn't have 2 stages to it. It just has one. It just has one. So then, this is the big, one of the big concrete bins, and there's the other one. I'll go around there. I'll try and get in to the big one here. So this is the big concrete bin. These 2 big bins are the only 2 that do not have a slope floor. All the rest of them have slope floors, which will be nice. Plus, this door here will also be nice. We do have some sealant that we need to put in on the top of the bin in 2 different places. Who's calling me now? No one. Okay. But yeah, pretty interesting. So, and then the one thing about this place compared to our elevator at the farm, this is all drag line. All of our elevators at the farm are all augers. So, yeah. So here's the other side of the little dryer, and then you can see the 3 hopper tanks there. Like I said, we won't be able to fill them until we get that one leg working, as well as these other 2 bins, which I think we can fill these other 2 bins from the other legs, but I don't know that for sure. But yeah, it's a mess. Well, I mean, we'll just have to figure it out. It's one of them things. So once we get it figured out, though, it won't be that bad. We can only hope. But in the meantime, they're pulling dump trucks of junk out here. The only problem that I have with this place is where it's located. Otherwise, it's a good facility. It's located kind of in town, but I mean, for us going to Illinois on the way, this is on the way home. This is an easy drive in here from Illinois, so it's not a big deal. But also the neighborhood that we're in is not always the best. Back in the office. And before anybody says anything, this has been a group project until yesterday and today. But yeah, because I've been spraying, Ross has been spraying, and I started planting corn again yesterday. But this place is huge. There's a lot of grain storage here. We doubled our storage, so that is nice. Now this one did used to have 2 other elevators with it, south side. So this is south side. They have Riverside and 2nd Street. Yeah. And 2nd Street has been tore down, and they built apartments there for VU. But another thing that's different about this place, see this here? This is a tilt deck, so then you can pick the whole entire truck up like a 10-wheeler or whatever. Pretty neat. Come out of here and you can go back down onto the road. So I'll show you guys 2nd Street, or where 2nd Street used to be, and then sometime I'll try and get down there to the south side. There's a couple people in the comment section that knew exactly where we was and what we was talking about. So, but yeah, that place does have a security system, cameras all the way around it and everything. So that is the one thing that's nice about it. Where it's at is not really the best, like I said, but whatever. I mean, we gotta learn to trust people in town now, instead of learning to trust people out in the middle of nowhere, which is probably worse than trusting people in town. So yeah. But then see here, this stoplight is gonna be the real kicker for us, which going back to Illinois won't be a problem, but going back to the farm, which is that way, would not be much fun. And then, like I said, this is it's a growing pain is what it is. That's how my cousin says it. It's a growing pain of getting bigger as a farmer, and buying an elevator is part of that. You know, one of our neighbors had to buy one as well, and there's multiple people that do that, and as much as I hate to say it, I would rather just, you know, build one on our own farm, but that doesn't always work like that. So building one, like I said, right now is just so expensive, and then on top of that, getting the parts, getting the stuff to do it, this deal fell in our lap last November, so I made it nice. It really did. There's a hospital. Hey, at least we're close to the hospital. I mean, hopefully we go without injuries, but yeah. And oh, another thing is it does have scales, and everybody keeps calling about using the scales, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, how are you gonna use the scales? I mean, office is locked now, and yeah. So before it wasn't ever locked, and people just go in there, use the scales, and weigh their stuff in and out, but now they can't do that anymore. So I don't know, but it is what it is. Another thing about it, and then we'll get back to farming hopefully here soon. We are going to have to hire a couple more guys, and that's going to be another growing pain with it, but it's part of it. Like I said, we already have help now for the farm, but we need some extra help to have in the elevator too. And not only just if we're, I mean, which we can't, but even if we was having other people haul grain in there, either way, you still have to have the extra help in there to maintain it. You know, another person or two in there. Plus, we're going to be running short a truck driver this fall, so we're going to need some more help there too. But growing pain's part of it, and hopefully we get it all figured out, and come fall we'll have all the help that we need. But it's hard telling, it really is. So just gotta keep our eyes open for it, and yeah, hope for the best. Driving through town, going back so I can eat my lunch. My sister's getting lunch for me.